things off, eh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, team, welcome to the second installment, volume number 2
Volume 2.
of the Whiskey and Wods. You know who we are. I'm Matt. That's Beef.
Yep.
He normally says that. I took his line. Yeah. How you, bro?
Yeah, no, good. It's been what, a couple months between drinks, you could say.
Has been. It's been full on, and I think we've been wanting to do this one for a while now.
Yeah.
At least a good few weeks. But
More so the last 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's been hectic. We're gonna hopefully won't keep you as long as the last one. We did get a bit carried away.
No, we
might. New space though. This is my new house.
Yeah, man. The lighting's a bit different, but if anything, I reckon this is a more relaxed setting. It's pretty cool.
It's good for this one.
Like you said last time, if you can't see it, go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah. Get those views up. Let's kick things off. So last time we did Whiskey and Wods, we had just spoken to Emily DeRoy.
We were about to.
So we had James Newbury on.
Yeah.
And we lined up Emily DeRoy. So there's been a few guests since then, I guess.
A few adventures as well.
Yeah.
From our usual, I guess. Just quickly, if you're new here, this episode's just us chatting shit and catching up on what we've been up to in terms of the podcast, but also in terms of life as well.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty crazy. We'll start it off with the thank yous, I guess. Quick, massive thank you to Deech and Dean for getting us along to their comps. Dean for flying us down to Wellington and giving us full access to the athletes. That was sick.
Yeah, that was unreal.
And same with Deech at Partners League. We got to sit down with Bailey Amani coming off their CrossFit Games over in Madison. So, no, it was sick.
Yeah, heaps of thank yous. Just on that, so we had Emily DeRoy come on. I'm pretty sure she was our last Games athlete that we had.
Yeah.
Before the Games, and we said so. We had in mind that we wanted to do a lot of different things. Obviously, talking to Games athletes was cool. Got us a bit of traction. But we had other things in mind. We've always said that we wanted to put a spotlight on this side of the world. I think we say that quite often, and we do mean it. And so when the Games was coming on, we made it our mission to do a event series. So highlight the events this side of the world that you might not know of, especially if you're not from New Zealand or Australia. So we put that in motion, and just like all the athletes, the event directors were just as keen to come on. I can't remember who we had on first now.
Dean.
It was Dean.
So
Dean Flood, Cluster Event Series is what he officially runs. Yeah. Which entails a few. You've got Cluster 3s, Cluster 2s.
Redemption. And newly found.
Yeah, and the new NZ champs, New Zealand champs. New Zealand CrossFit champs. They're all affiliated, which is pretty cool.
Threes and...
Threes is affiliated.
NZ
champs is affiliated. 2s, I'm pretty sure will be affiliated by the time it comes around again. And we'll see about... I think Redemption is affiliated. I think he got it done in time, but I'm sure someone up there can fact check that and let us know.
Yeah, hard out. No, so that was pretty cool actually. It was all Matt's idea, 100%. The event series. Like you said, putting a spotlight on the events this side of the world, but also, I guess, a bit of networking never hurt. It's good to know these people that are doing awesome things within the space that are, have the same goal in mind as us. So it was cool to be among like-minded people. Yeah, having those conversations. So, it was hats off to you, bro. That was a good one to pull out, especially because Games athletes were focused on preparing for the Games. It just made complete sense that none of them would be all that keen to set aside an hour, especially with the time difference over in the States and whatnot. So, it tied in well for us. I think it worked out real good. Yeah,
not only the lead up to the Games, but then post Games, the last thing most Games athletes want to think about is CrossFit. So you have to give them also enough time, the other side,
Yeah.
And the event series was perfect for that. So Dean Flutie, haven't checked that out. Like I said, he runs the cluster event series. Just a really, really good dude. So accommodating. And, it was a good chat. So go check that one out. Talks about, like we said, we've got the NZ CrossFit Champs coming up real soon. So if you can get down and support that one, also if you're in New Zealand, shoot down.
Shit, yeah.
Got some cool athletes. I think Riley Martin has been confirmed coming over, so that's gonna be good. Bailey Martin's younger brother, arguably stronger brother. I'm sure Bailey will hate us for that. But, so I'm excited for that one.
Hundy.
And then who was?
We had Gilly.
Gilly. Yep.
Speaking on NZ Nationals is next week.
Yeah, Team Nats. Michael Gillum, Gilly, he's known over here. He is. I don't know if he is but he is one of the longest standing competition directors in the country. He's been running New Zealand Nats.
Massive. And it's the fitness festival this weekend.
Yes.
It's
on Labour weekend, the 20th of October. So Team Nationals. And yeah, that's huge. Teams of 6, 3 divisions, 4 divisions. I think there's a Masters as well. Massive comp. Again, super nice dude. He doesn't do too much like PR himself. He's quite. I mean, he says it himself.
He's very much behind the scenes, eh?
Yeah, like he's pulling all the strings and he's working hard. He's also a captain in the army, which I imagine that has taken up a lot of his time.
Yep.
So
and he's just had a daughter. So
yeah, exactly.
Man works hard.
Yeah. So having him on was good, and that one got a lot of traction as well. You viewers out there wanted to hear what he had to say, and I think it goes to show that a lot of people know who he is. So him coming out and speaking how he did was quite candidly. It's a good word.
Good plug.
It's my word of the day. It was good.
Yeah, hard out, and we got the inside scoop for you guys. We were a little far off. Not sure if we're going to recap every single workout, but yeah, 67 snatch.
Yeah.
That was that was interesting. It was more of an announcement more than anything. We weren't sure what it was, so we didn't actually do it.
Yeah,
so but Matt looked pretty cool as Thor.
Yeah, he didn't give us much on it except 67 snatch, and it wasn't a repeat from last year, which had the same name. So we tossed a few ideas up in the air. Thought maybe it could have been a heavier weight, and then someone at the gym said it might not even be a barbell.
Yeah.
Fuck, okay. So we put up our little comedy skip video of what we thought it was, and then what it turned out to be was pretty gnarly. Ascending weight. And it ended pretty heavy. So if you did NZ Nats and you did that one, and if you finished it,
kudos.
Fucking well done, man. That was hard. It got heavy real quick. Yeah, I think what was cool about the affiliate series was that we said to them, like we do every guest, chuck us a workout. We might do it. And I think all of them except I'll turn that off. Oh,
I think it's the shower.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Sorry if you're picking up any background noise on that one.
No, we're good.
Yeah, and all of them except one, I think, it was Rob Forte. All of them except for Rob gave us something that was coming up in a competition. So it was like a teaser we were able to give out to you guys, which was pretty cool.
Oh, and Deech hasn't been confirmed yet.
Oh,
he said it might show up at Fortress, it might not. It is for teams of 4, so we're like, but not confirmed yet.
Wait and see. So Dean gave us one that was coming up for Partners League, and then Gilly gave us one of his qualifiers for NZ Nats, which was cool. So again, check that one out if you haven't already. Good dude.
But no, I think we did service to what we set out to do, and it's just give the people a bit of insight into what happens behind closed doors, because we don't realize how much work these guys are doing. Because you only have to listen to one of the episodes, and it's fucking intense. The amount of shit that needs to happen everything that needs to be lined up for us to show up and work out and whinge about shit.
Yeah, yeah. We're all doing it. We're all guilty of it.
Yeah. So, I think that was perfect insight for everybody. And again, good networking. Got to talk to, the likes of Rob Forte, Andreas Glor. They were people I would say I have no business talking to.
Yeah, well, when we threw it over to the other side of the pond, so obviously Gilly and Dean run the two biggest New Zealand comps. Throwing it over to the Australians, the Down Under champs. That was, again, you're tackling a whole another beast.
Yeah.
They do it big in Australia. So, I mean, just give you a scope of volunteers alone. They have 170 volunteers.
Yeah.
That's not including the paid staff.
It's pretty mental.
Yeah, that's the kind of scale that they're working with. But having on Rob Forte, he did the programming. Andreas Glor, he's
pretty much managing the rest of the event.
Yeah, all the marketing side of things. Just a couple of good dudes again. It seems to be a running theme for this podcast, man.
Yeah. But I get a little blurry on who we had next.
I think I'm not done on that one. Like,
oh yeah. So,
getting to catch up with Rob.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, getting to catch up with Rob. So I don't know if they'll be watching this, but Andreas Glor, great guy. Rob Forte, to me, and this gets brought up probably every freaking podcast recently. Like, he's one of the OGs I grew up watching because I wasn't that young when I started CrossFit. I was 20. What's 20? I guess you can call it young. But he, Rob Forte is one of the OGs of the sport. So that was cool getting to chat with him. Seeing how he programs an event that size. So many, again, like 4-5 divisions.
Yeah.
As divisions, but also teams of 3 and the individuals. 3 or 4 divisions on each side.
And the qualifiers.
Yeah, qualifiers as well. Going into how they pull over the bigger names from America and Europe. How they go about their business. So, yeah, if you haven't listened to that one, say it again. Like I said the other ones, and I'll say again. Go check it out, man. They're all really... We knew going into it that the affiliate series were getting on people that you probably... Series. Sorry, the event series. We're just teasing something we've been talking about. May or may not happen. The event series. We knew we were getting on, like Rob Forte is obviously an exception. We're getting on people that you don't know their names as much as you would know the athletes we were getting on.
Yeah.
So we knew it was something that we're passionate about, putting a spotlight, but we also knew that it wasn't probably going to get as much ears on as the mainstream.
Be very niche.
Yeah.
It'd be for people who are going to these comps who genuinely do want to know more about it. And for any international viewers, they might just be curious, which would be good. Yeah,
so if you're listening to this one and you haven't listened to those ones, highly recommend going doing it. There's a lot of behind the scenes that I genuinely feel you will find interesting.
Yeah.
So go check them out. Following on from that one, we deviated away.
I was going to say.
Not on purpose.
It was more of an opportunity sort of brought to us, which was really cool. Going to give him a quick shout, Paddy Orr. We appreciate that. That was actually a sick, good shout. And it resulted in a really good chat.
Yeah.
We had Bree Clark from the NRLW. That's the Women's Rugby League over in Australia. She plays for the Broncos. Unfortunately, they got knocked out in the semis. Don't worry. We know how you feel. Up the waz. But just someone we hadn't thought to contact, but super glad that we did. Yeah, it was a very insightful chat when for the world of rugby league, but also women's rugby league, and rugby league predominantly being a male sport and having a female athlete share sort of her experience within the sport and sort of how she sees the sport growing. It was a sick chat. It was a really good chat.
Oh, it's just a really cool chick as well. Down to earth as. I mean, she still like replies to our stories on Instagram, giving us shit, which is saying you see these people as like professional athletes, and she's super down to earth. So yeah, Paddy Orr, Shane Orr's brother. He runs Oracle Sports, so it's obviously an agency. Yeah, hit us up, and we weren't going to turn it down. And that's something that Beef's actually been super like passionate about, I guess, from the beginning. Is like, yeah, we do a lot of stuff with CrossFit, and we're going to get a lot of CrossFitters on. But he's always said that he wants to expand outside of the CrossFit and talk to high level performing oceanic athletes as a whole. So like rugby league stars. I think he's aiming for, is he? Adesanya? I think that's the goal. So if you're listening, well, if you know him,
Is he? I reckon he'll be down
way.
for a Whiskey and Wods.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
so that was cool. Yeah, we were never going to turn down that opportunity.
No.
And like I said, that's the first person that's reached out and said,
Would you be interested?
would you be interested? And yeah, of course we will.
Handy.
It's
100%.
exposure for them, and it's cool for us. So
Yeah. We're not pretending that like we're a big time or anything. It's like, we'll
Yeah.
sit down and have a chat.
So that sort of took us away from the event series a little bit. But then we carried on trucking, went through to our.
It's been a while.
We went from there. We did Partners League, so it was in tune with the event series, and was the first time.
Yeah.
We took this outside of, the living room, the old living room, and to a live event, which was cool. To be fair, you kind of.
I was also working the event, doing some video work for Discipline Games and Cluster up at Partners League. But now we managed to track down Bailey and Marnie in between WODs, get us a little area set up. Would have been nice if they didn't leave and we could have done it inside. But fuck it. It is what it is. It still turned out to be a really good episode. The exposure got a little harsh at the end there when the sun was in and out, but the old kids running around. And
shout out to the 4 kids running around and getting involved. But it added to it. It was really cool. If you can go and watch that episode, like I found it cool because I've never done anything like that before. Podcasting's new to me, and being at a live event, you get the camera set up, and how we set it up was pretty cool. And then behind us was the athlete warm-up area. It just looked cool. Like, I know it's hard to put into words. Like, I was watching it and going, this fucking looks cool.
Yeah.
And I really like it. And so that's what I took away from that one.
Did you want to tell everyone what happened a couple hours before we did that?
What?
Shout out to Ricardo.
Oh, yeah, I fucked up. Sorry, bro. I was like, man, what happened before? Yeah, okay, my bad. So I was in charge of bringing up all because he was working the event, Beef Productions. He was up there doing all the media side of things, and he said, you just bring up all the audio equipment. I was like, easy. Because all I had to do was that one interview / podcast thing, and then I was bouncing. I was going. Man's over here was working the whole day. So I get up there, get to watch a few heats while he was working, and then he's like, sweet as, all right, let's go set up. So I walk back into the media room, and Beef turns to me and goes, bro, did you charge the mics? Because we weren't using these ones. Using a Rode pod mic. Lapel
Wireless.
mics.
Yeah, the wireless go-tos.
And I was like, oh, do you need to charge them?
Fuck. Man had one jaw away. It's like, he gave me the mics. Mainly because we were going to set up. You brought the gear up, and gave it all to me because I was in the media room. It's hella small.
It's smaller, like half the size of what we are now.
Oh, yeah, handy. Like,
there's 3 of them in there.
You wouldn't get this couch in there. Would you say that? But we had all the gear set up in there, so we dropped all the gear in there while I was working, and we weren't setting up just yet. And I was like, oh yeah, cool. I'll just check that the settings are right on the wireless go-tos. Oh, it's not turning on. That's weird. That's real strange. I'll try the other one. Nah. I'm like, surely not, bro. Surely not. Plug it in. And then the battery icon comes up and it's empty. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
One job.
There's 4 of us and we have 2 mics. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, genuinely didn't know what we were going to do. Also, we got one of them half charged because I went and filmed another couple heats, And then that one would turn on at that point. But it needed an update.
Oh,
But you need to have at least 80% battery to perform an update. And I was like,
pushing shit uphill.
Nah, bro.
Luckily, Beef turns to his bag and he had bought his 2.
Yeah, I had my 2 already for us. We were going to give your 2 to them.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then I hit up Ricardo and he's like, oh, bro, I got this. And it's the little lapel mic that you'll see Bailey and Marnie passing between each other. So, to be completely honest, their audio sounds heaps better than ours.
Yeah, well, that's when we went down to Wellington. That's why we switched to using the lapel clip-ons. But yeah, shout out Ricardo. Saved our asses there, man. We didn't know what we were going to do. You could say it was my fault. You could. Look, I'll put my hands up.
It's all good fun, though. He didn't do that in Wellington, team. That was good.
No, I came paired in Wellington. So that was cool. Again, real cool experience. Was supposed to be inside, but ended up where we ended up, and it was still really cool.
Yep.
And that's probably one of our better tracking episodes anyway. So
anything with Bailey in it seems to be gold.
Yeah, you guys love Bailey.
You guys love Bailey. Fuck yeah. We got the most views and the most listens on, I think, both of them. I think YouTube, it's Bailey's solo episode. That's trending.
Yeah.
And Spotify, it's
Bailey and Marnie. The Bailey one was on top of it, and then that one has overtaken it. So 1 and 2 on Spotify is Bailey and Marnie, and then Bailey. So
sick. Y'all love Bailey.
Yeah, well,
hot topic right now.
Yeah. Oh, he's good, dude. Like, to be fair, we owe most of this podcast to him. We're not giving you any shares in it. It makes no money, so I don't know where you want it.
I don't know what you want to share of.
But, without him, going back to episode number 2, without him, who knows? Maybe this would have taken off a lot slower. So
yeah, I think it was that initial burst of confidence definitely came from Bailey, because we were like, messaged him, full transparency, messaged him, just said, hey man, any chance you'd be keen to come on the podcast? We didn't actually know that he was moving to Aussie at that point. Yeah. So we kind of thought we'd catch him in person, but still, regardless, he's like, oh fuck, I'm moving to Aussie, but super keen, man. I'm real happy that someone's finally doing this. Yeah. Sort of relayed on the message to him a little bit, and he's like, yeah, keen. So that was the first vote of confidence, I suppose you could say, for us reaching out to athletes in the first place. Yeah. Came from Bailey. So
I think something you said there, I'm glad someone's doing something like this. And like I said, we've said this a few times, we've been thinking about this for a couple of years, and we, finally took the step in the right direction and got it done. Everyone, like, not just the people coming on, lots of people in person have said, thanks for doing this. And like, we obviously don't do it for thanks or anything like that. Fuck, my ego's big enough already. But it is cool to know that, like, we thought it needed to be done and others are just backing up what we already thought. So I'm glad we took the step, and, everyone's getting behind it, which is really cool. Shout out J-Boy. I'll shout you out again.
Shout out to J-Boy.
Yeah.
He fucking loves it, man.
Yeah.
Love seeing your stories, bro. Sick.
Yeah. Sorry I haven't actually met you in person. I know Beef's met you a couple of times. But I'll do better next time. So yeah, that was the Partners
12.
League, and then from there,
that was 12. 13. I'm just gonna check. Refresh.
I'm gonna hazard a guess, because we did have Deitchy coming on, but Deitchy was a couple weeks after Partners League.
No, it wasn't Royce. We had Royce after DG. Oh, help if I wasn't on flight mode. Yeah.
I reckon. Here's what I reckon. I reckon it went Bree Clark, Partners League, then Down Under. I reckon we got it wrong.
Nah.
It was definitely Down Under, Bree Clark, Partners League.
Okay, hang on. This is unedited. Oh man, wrong account. I got like 4 YouTube accounts on here.
On Spotify. We're on that too.
Okay.
If you didn't know, team.
Matt runs the Spotify. I run the YouTube.
There isn't. But how about by Christmas, whichever platform's got the most streams.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Cheeky punt.
That's nah.
Yeah.
Because we have no control over that.
Well.
Don't stop. Well, you'll stop watching the YouTube because
Hey, as soon as it gets uploaded, I play it on both platforms to get us the one view each.
I only listen to it on Spotify when I'm in the car because, to be fair, I just can't find the time to sit and watch it on YouTube. But I know of people who are the exact opposite. They're like, nah, I hate listening to it. Yeah. And I wait till I get home and I've got a spare minute and I watch it on YouTube and I'm like, shit, really? Okay. That's cool.
You can watch it on Spotify as well, team. We're that good. Yeah. Not while you're driving though, please, team.
Bro, Matt's Wi-Fi is letting me down.
Oh, fucking hang on.
Okay.
Wasting people's time here. People's precious time. Okay, so we went Partners League.
Okay. So Whiskey and Wods Volume 1 came out. Then we talked to Gilly. Then we talked to Rob and Andreas for Down Under. Then we talked to Bree Clark.
Yeah.
Then we caught up with Marnie and Bailey in Partners League. And then we talked to Royce Dunn.
It was Royce Dunn.
We did talk to Royce.
So Royce was before Deech. I remember that, actually. Royce won't mind us saying this. You remember he was supposed to come on the Tuesday, and then he had a family emergency. One of his, he had a family emergency, and he had to postpone. But he didn't let us know till like 10 minutes before the podcast. So thanks, bro. But I think we went down and filmed some stuff anyway. But we got him on a couple of days later.
I think so.
So we still managed to get the episode out.
I think we pushed for Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made it happen. But shit, the funny thing about that one, at the start of that episode, like it was like 8 a.m. here, 9 a.m. here or something like that, and 7 a.m. over in Brisbane. And you could tell I had coached the morning. Royce had coached the morning. We were not in a talking mood, eh?
Yeah. And this guy's giving me mad anxiety because I had a hard time getting over on time, and I showed up at his place I think 8:45, 9:45 or whatever it was, and we were chatting to Royce at 9. I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. But I walk in there and I'm like, oh, Matt must be out because the lights are off. There's no one inside. The TV's off, so he's usually got the TV running. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. No, all good. I'll just start sitting up. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And, like, after 5 minutes of me sitting up in this dead quiet house, I just hear, what's up, bro? I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't even know you were here. He's like, yeah, nah, just woke up. I was like, bro, we're talking to him in 10 minutes. And he's like, yeah, all good. Goes to the fridge.
Crack a monster.
I was like, you're fucking joking.
So I have a morning routine, team. All right, and I don't want to. If I break my morning routine, which I have done a few times, I am just a sack of shit the rest of the day, and I'm really grumpy. So I have this routine. I coach 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. I get home by sort of 10 past 7, 7:15, somewhere there, and I go back to sleep before the 9 o'clock class. I know out there going, why go to sleep for an hour and a half? But it fucking works for me, team. Okay, I have my hour and a half fucking power nap. I should stop swearing. And I get up and right as rain. So in my head, I knew I was going to get up for that, and I also knew, rather selfishly, he'd set up.
You
So I knew all I had to do was roll out of bed, crack a monster,
and just be the superstar.
and just, look good. So sorry, bro. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. So that was how I found out about Matt's routine.
People at the 9 o'clock class are probably listening to this and going, bro, you know better at 9. Like,
yeah. That nap ain't doing shit.
yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it was good fun. That was a good chat. That was a good chat with Royce.
Yeah, so it started off a bit slow because of that, and that's my fault. I was tired as. But, man, what a chat. What a guy.
Hold on.
Yeah, covered some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then we got Deitchy on after that.
Yep.
Which blew me away. If you haven't listened to it, again, fucking go listen to it. Especially if you're a New Zealander.
Mm.
Okay, because you'll know of a band called Smash Proof. A group called Smash Proof. And he was in Smash Proof. And it blew me away. Like, he said it so
Nonchalant.
Very nonchalantly. Yeah.
Because I let Matt in on, Deitchy's an artist. And he's like, oh, is he? And I was like, yeah, Deitch. Like, jump on Spotify. And he's like, oh, shit, that's cool sort of music. And I played a couple songs. And he's like, oh, sick, mean. I left out the part that he's a third of Smash Proof as well. And yeah, fuck that. You look at his face, the genuine, like, oh.
I got some questions in my mind.
That's genuine.
Oh.
He's like, what?
And he just kept talking. I was like,
Hang on a minute.
you said you're in Smash Proof. Like, I was like, don't you just glaze over that?
Come on now.
And so for the first 15 minutes, it's just about his musical career because I was so interested in that. So it's just so funny. There's the video for Brother, because I suppose C4 was still a thing when they were a band. Yeah, he's in the back seat.
Yeah,
what a throwback.
Throwback. Sorry.
Yeah, he's in the back seat of the invisible car, and and everyone listening who is a Kiwi knows exactly what that means, or above a certain age. There's a couple of I doubt there's any 18-year-olds listening to us, but above a certain age, you'll know exactly what that means in the back seat of the invisible car.
But yeah, that was a good episode. It was very well requested. A lot of people asking, bro, when you getting Deitchy on? When you getting Deitchy on? Especially because we started doing the event series.
Yeah.
Because he runs so many events. The Discipline Games events over here are a vibe. So good.
If you are in Australia or anywhere else, and you're planning on coming to New Zealand, if you can get onto one of his events, the Discipline event series, Discipline Games events, man, you will not be disappointed. Like they sell out so quick.
Yeah.
Out of all the comps in New Zealand, they're the ones. They go. Like
for good reason too. I'm not sure what the prize pool is. Like if you win the comp, but honestly, you're not coming for that. You're just coming for the vibe. Like
that's unreal.
Jono on the mic, the DJs that they have on board, and yeah, the spectacle that they put on for the crowd, but also for you. Like Deitchy said in the episode, he's like, I want the athlete to feel like they're a superstar.
Yeah.
Like they're a games athlete. They come out, you got the LED screens everywhere, you've got the big archway that you run out into. Yeah, every heat's announced like you're fucking running out on the football pitch, and you're just like,
yeah,
this is cool. Yeah,
I did the Discipline Games, well, their marquee event, Discipline Games, which is their individual event and team event. Day one's individual, day two's team. I did the individuals, and man, just coming out. I said it on the episode. I've been doing CrossFit competitively since 2013, I guess. Not good by any standards. There's a few people listening that say they like to make that joke, like, oh, you made your regionals run back in 1970. So thanks. Thanks, team. I did genuinely, I hate talking about it. I used to love talking about it. I hate it now. But I did genuinely make a run. I really wanted to be a regional athlete, but that is a story for another time. It never happened. So, yeah, like I said, going out on that event, that is the first event where I genuinely felt like, I don't know, butterflies would be a word, nerves, but like really cool nerves. Like if you go out there with a game plan, say a 21:59, I'm going to go 11:10. When I walked out with that vibe, I was like, I'm going unbroken on everything. Like there's nothing is hitting the ground unless I've finished every single rep. That was so cool. So the man, and he like said, yeah, he wanted the athletes to feel like superstars, and he pulled that off.
Yeah,
and he still does.
Bro's an entertainer at heart, and he does just that. It's very entertaining to be a part of and work out on the floor. The workouts are good. He gets awesome people to come in and program them, and it's just vibes. It's just vibes, bro.
Yeah.
You can jump on Discipline Games events and just have a look through their content. Some of it's by me.
Just the good stuff.
and you can just see it, man. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So fun to be a part of.
Unreal, man. What's good about that as well, because we asked all the directors when they came on the same question. We asked them one question the same, which was what, essentially in a nutshell, what could competitions be doing better to get people to come to just watch the event rather than you just going because you knew your son or daughter, brother, sister was competing. What's something that we could be doing differently in our events to get spectators there just to watch? And they all had a different answer. But Deechi's one was probably the one I wasn't expecting, which was don't think about. He worded it probably way better than I'm about to. You should go listen to it. He said that don't think about getting athletes there. Make the event such a spectacle for the athlete where they feel like they are the man. That they'll make sure people come. It's pretty much what he was saying.
Yeah.
Is that like like an entertainer, like, because he's a musician and that's the way he was looking at it. He's like, if you are putting on a good product as a musician, the fans will come and watch you. So it's like, if you can make the athlete look so good that they're putting on a really good show, the fans will want to come and watch it.
Yeah.
And he gets people to his events, man. He gets people.
Put slightly differently, it'd be like if I was making my All Blacks debut, which is almost what it feels like to walk out onto a Discipline Games floor. Yeah. I'm making sure everybody's there.
100%.
But everybody better come watch me debut for the All Blacks. You know, that logic, is slightly tipped on its head. All the other directors were focused on making sure the spectators were having a good time, and that is important as well. Yeah. But it was just very, very interesting to hear it. Like, no, I want to make sure the athletes feel like they're going to the CrossFit Games, and they're gonna make sure that people come and watch. And I was like, fuck, makes sense. Yeah, it's good. They all had really good messages. The one with, just going back, I think Andreas Glor gave a really good one. His was make sure the spectators have a good time, but he's like, give them stuff to do. Yeah. Which is what a lot of, and to credit NZ Nats this year have got at Team Nats anyway. I don't know about individual, but they've got a spectator workout going on, and there's go check them out. They're doing some cool stuff. Yeah. But Andreas said is like, make sure they have fun, but give them stuff to do, and don't worry about it overlapping with, like being able to watch every single heat, every single event, because you can't govern what people are going to do. Yeah. And they're there anyway. So if they want to go and watch a heat, they'll go watch a heat. But if there's nothing else for them to do, then they might not stay, type thing. And you're right. NZ Nats have just announced, alongside Renegade, doing a heap of community stuff, which is going to be fucking cool. Yeah. So go check that out on Labour weekend. And then following on from Deech, by the way, his real name is Fred. Fred. Yeah. On your Fred. Yeah. That caught a few people by surprise, us included. Yeah. Yeah. That's got a cool story. We won't ruin it. Go watch the episode.
Oh, you just topping up your whiskey?
Okay. Full transparency. I got to drive home after this.
I said to him, bring something that looks like whiskey. So
So we on the apple juice vibe.
yeah. I'll touch on what I'm drinking. This one here is from Mr. Matthew Towers. He gave me this. Thank you, sir. It's Jameson again, but it's Caskmates. Hell of a drop. Thank you, Mr. Towers. Healthy competition still going strong, and at the moment he is fucking dusting me. That man has kicked it up a notch, eh? I can't keep up.
Don't drink and drive, team. Better live in New Zealand.
Yeah, I don't. I can drink. I live here, so it's good. And then going on from Dichi, who do we have next?
Ben Fowler.
Ben Fowler. All right. Let's talk more about. We can go into a bit of detail about everything, really. Or do you want to save that to the end? Get through the guests?
Yeah. There is a little chat on my mind.
Yeah.
Do we delve into that?
We'll quickly go through because the rest of the guests, because we haven't had, like, Ben. We went down to Wellington. Shout out to Dean Fluid, Cluster Event Series. They flew us down. We missed the first flight out of Auckland. Ended up having to drive back to Hamilton to get another flight down to Wellington. It was a huge balls up on our part. And we are going to come clean. We are coming clean right now. Dean, fucking sorry. There was a lot of traffic. Fuck right off, man. There was a lot of traffic, which ultimately made us late.
And there was a lot of roadworks. We didn't make that up.
But
We
could have made it.
a small detail.
But we stopped at Taco Bell because we were hungry. But not only did we stop at Taco Bell, we pulled over.
And ate.
Beef's like, oh, can we pull over to eat? Says, yeah, of course we can. He's like, I don't want to spill anything on my T-shirt because we had Ben Fowler on that night and he didn't want to change. So they're like, oh, all good, bro. So we pull over for like 20 minutes to eat our food, then casually miss our flight. Good thing you didn't spill anything on the shirt because we ended up having to cancel that podcast. And you didn't even end up wearing that shirt. So
It's a good thing I didn't spill anything on my shirt because we look like dickheads walking around Wellington City at 9:30 p.m. with our luggage.
oh, down the main street, Courtney Place or whatever it's called.
But hey, we also did a couple drop-offs in Hamilton.
Yeah, that's my fault. Have to drop a.
I think the worst part was Niven, Matt's partner.
Evan?
She actually said, "Don't stop at Taco Bell.
You'll be late.
You're gonna be late."
We knew better.
We knew way better. No, we're hungry.
Sorry, Nev.
Sorry, Nev.
Shout out Patrice and Carl who were held up at the airport
Laughing at
laughing at us. Thank you. A couple of members at my gym. But anyway, so we did finally get down to Wellington. We caught up with Dean. He shouted us dinner. We met the Aussies, Royce and that, Christy, Briney.
Went back to our spot and felt the worst imposter syndrome in that van.
It's unreal. We're gonna circle back to this event, but so yeah, when we were down there, we caught up with Ben Fowler. He was competing, so it was good. In-person one, and the in-person ones are cool. You really do feed off of body language a bit better.
Yeah,
You know when to interject, and he is so well spoken. Just a really good dude.
It feels a lot more natural being in person. I feel like over Zoom call, as much as we don't want it to feel that way, it almost feels transactional. It's like, okay, we're calling so that we can film a podcast. That's it. But in person, it almost feels like we're just having a chat.
It's a lot more. You end up coming away from the microphone a bit more. You have to like prompt people to. Well, Ben was good as gold. He didn't take any prompting, but you know some of the in-person ones, especially we won't touch on these ones, but we did. work with Cluster, and we did a couple of like Cluster specific interviews, which you can go check out as well. Like a few of those, like we're like, we wish we got them closer to the microphone, but at the time, it just genuinely feels like a chat, and you're just having fun. That you forget that there's a microphone in front of your face.
Yeah, handy. But Ben was really well spoken. Just got back from Spain.
Yeah,
fucking man's a trooper. Go and listen to that episode.
Hell of an itinerary. He hadn't had much sleep in the last month.
Yeah. He did the Madrid Championship one weekend. The following weekend did Wadsalona.
Yeah.
And then the following weekend, got to New Zealand on Thursday afternoon. And then on a Saturday was competing in Wellington at Cluster 3s. So
I don't even think he'd unpacked his bag. Because he was literally the next morning nearly missing a flight to Wellington.
Yeah, that's right. That's quite a funny story.
Yeah.
Go listen to it.
So he was good. He gave us a workout that we still haven't done. But we're so scared of it. It's you go listen to it, you'll see what it's about.
We had a big day today. Actually we had a big media day. We recorded a podcast this morning.
Yeah.
With Jay Crouch.
Yeah.
Which should be released by the time this one is.
Mm-hmm.
And then shot to the gym, shot some content for LSKD, did our usual workout video, but we are restricted on time because Matt's got a coach, and so we did only have time to sort of fit one in. We had about 20 minutes, so it was just fitting that Brandon Swans was 20 minutes, but we are low-key putting that one off because it's gonna suck.
Yeah, we will do it. Obviously, we've done them all. We put off Rob Fortes for long enough, and that one didn't disappoint as far as hurting.
Yeah, we still haven't done D-Cheese because we're trying to get a team of 4 together.
Yeah, we want to do that with 4 people, so we will release that one. So yeah, go check out Ben Fowler's one. That's cool in person. Yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it. And then we're back.
Well, we actually released those 3 cluster ones, which were originally meant to be made as bonus content, but it was a tough week for the both of us coming back from Wellington.
I think we can jump into it if you want.
I guess be good to just get it off the chest, I suppose. On paper, our lives look pretty damn good over the last month.
I think so, yeah.
On paper. I mean, my year this year on paper has been phenomenal. Quit my 9-to-5 job. I'm doing what I love now, working for an amazing company, mainly contracting to them. Bought my first house with my partner, and now we're doing this, and we're mixing and mingling with the fittest people on earth, and it's insane, and it is really cool. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't trade my life, but on paper I should be a lot happier than I am, and I do like that. In Brandon Swan's episode, he touched on Instagram being a highlight reel, and for the most part it's bullshit, and that he likes the fact that he puts up the raw, unedited clips on his Dad Hours page of this is the reality of being a parent.
Just trying to watch the episode, his son interjects, and it's great to see.
Yeah. And it's just speaks.
That's real life.
Speaks for the brand. Yeah, it's this is real life content, and I know it's starting to trend a little bit now. But I guess you could say this is a bit of a mental health chat. I'm very passionate about mental health.
Yeah.
Matt knows this, and I'm comfortable enough to have these conversations with him, which I'm lucky because a lot of people don't have that person. But I guess I'm just trying to lead by example, lead from the front, and I've been really under the weather since we got back from Wellington. Financial troubles, health and fitness goals just dwindling away, and just general, just shit keeps coming up. I know a lot of people relate. I don't have to get specifics, but it's just like, bro, when does this end? When do I get a break? And I almost felt guilty that I was living the life that I get to every day. I mean, I dress up as a soldier on a Wednesday and go and play military video games with my mates, and it's called work. But yeah, no, I just couldn't help but feel overwhelmed, under the weather, somewhat depressed. Well, not maybe depressed is a strong word, but just haven't been right. And I have come right. We actually wanted to have this chat on Friday because last Thursday was a bad day, but no, we got a bit busy. But no, having the right people in my circle and being able to talk about it has definitely been the saving grace for me. I've had a really bad time with mental health in the past, and now that I've been through that journey, I do know when things aren't right. I know when shit's starting to slip to the wayside, so I'm pretty active at getting on top of it. And I know that what helps me is to talk about it. And having good people who are willing to listen, judgment-free zones has been huge for me. And maybe it's amplified a little bit by the fact that I'm working a mental health event on Friday, and like I like to deliver to my clients, and part of that is getting in the right headspace. And so I have been sort of going back to my past a little bit to sort of really just be in tune with the event and just make sure that my work is the best that I can provide. So that was just a quick little on paper I should be super happy, but I haven't been. And if you look on Instagram, I look like I'm having a great time. It has been a rough couple weeks since we got back.
I think like it's if we broke it down, you could sort of see where it's like where we slowed down. Like when we before we went down to Wellington, we were very proactive. It was a realer day, content, stories going up. Maybe missed the odd day, but we knew that we had like a lot of content the following day, so we sort of did a dry day followed by a big day. Keep the content going. When we got back from Wellington, that's when we had the most content. Like we had a lot of content, and it all just didn't get released. You touched on it before, like imposter syndrome is a huge thing, and I know everyone gets that to some degree. In some part of their life, they'll get imposter syndrome. For me, I don't like really talking too much, and I know that's against the grain because I encourage people to talk a lot. I'm a bit older, like I'm 32. I have people in my life that, like Beef said before, like I'm very comfortable talking to, and they know my story. And I'm not saying I have an interesting story. You know, I have my demons, I have my past, but I don't like to talk about it too much with too many people. And that's cool. Like I'm not bottling it up. I do talk to people about it, and they know what's going on. But imposter syndrome is something that has fucked me over like forever. I get really anxious, and that could just literally standing at the front of a classroom telling 4 or 5 people that I've been coaching for 4 years. I will still stand there and go, I don't know, I shouldn't be telling these people what to do, even though I've been a CrossFit coach for 4 years. I still feel like I don't know. At some points I'll be like, I shouldn't be telling these people what to do. So when we got down to Wellington and we met, I said it before, the Australians. And so when I met these people that we've been watching on TV, and I love CrossFit, these people that I've been watching compete, and I treat like celebrities, I guess you could say. And you're in a van with them all of a sudden. And that is, it was a 10-seater van. Dean was driving, Beef was in the front seat. I went straight to the back seat, and I got Marnie Bailey in front of me, Bryony, Chalice, Chrissy Hollard, Royce Dunn in front of me, and I just got on my phone, and I touched on it. Like I was on my calculator at one point, just pretending to be on my phone, because I was like, I shouldn't be in a van with these people like these, and they're just talking to me like they knew me, like we were mates, and just because they're nice people, they're genuine people. They don't put it on for the cameras because there was no camera in that van, and they were so accommodating, asking us how the flight was and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, having a bit of a laugh because we missed it.
So I suppose when we got back from Wellington, and my thing is I don't like to talk, is rather shittily, I didn't want to talk to Beef. And I just went a week of like, I remember him, like, if we would talk, I would send back some real, like, looking back on it now, he might not think like that, but I was sort of like, given, like, cunty vibe. Oh, sorry, I said the word. The word we've been trying not to say. Giving off real fuckwit vibes in my responses. And because I was like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want this. And that's something I got to deal with and probably get better at. But, man, that week was a write-off. And you can tell from the content, there was nothing coming out. And like Beef said, that we had literally done something we wanted to do, got flown down, paid for the privilege. I'll say that right now. They gave it, not much, but they gave us money that I'm pretty sure
appreciate
they paid out of pocket for. Because anyway, we should have been happy as. And I am happy and I'm grateful and I would love to do it again. But man, that following week was no good.
Yeah. To be completely honest, I wasn't getting dick vibes or anything. I was short, but you know, I'm aware that people have their days, and it's just maybe it's not the day, but that's fine. If anything, I was in the same boat.
Yeah,
it was sort of like, no, we enjoy each other's company, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will be the same. But you know, extended periods of time with people, you're like, okay,
yeah,
go away now.
Yeah. Shit, yeah. I did 7 weeks abroad with two other blokes, and I barely speak to them now. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the point of that was just trying to have these conversations in a way that can be expressed to the public as sort of an example of how I cope with my own mental health.
Yeah.
And I don't need to dive into specifics. Yeah, there's
even though we're massive influencers now, we're still regular people.
But you know, like that is the whole thing. It's like people are posting their highlights and they're having a great time online, and you're like, "Fuck, I wish I was living that life." And I was like, "Bro, I got problems, just like you. I got problems, and they keep fucking coming."
Yeah, man.
This is, if anything, I could just say, if you're having a hard time, talk to someone about it. See how it makes you feel.
That whole week, we were feeling very similar.
But we weren't talking to each
Life
other.
could have been a lot better for us if one of us had just expressed that and knowing that the other one was feeling the same. We definitely could have, and we did, in the end, have a really good conversation over the phone. Which, when I got off, I sent to Nev. I said, why the fuck didn't I just ring him earlier? You know what I mean? And this whole thing could have been, you know, I could have felt a lot better about myself. So
I think that was...
Constantly trying.
I think that was a little bit of it. It was like, I didn't want to kill your vibe. I was like, oh, he must, you know, we've just had fucking awesome time. I didn't want to bring anyone's attitude down, so I just kept to myself, which is... something I do often, so I need to stop that. But yeah, just an example of not talking about it, and it sort of ruined our week.
It made things worse. But hey.
But anyway, nonetheless, let's lighten the load a little bit.
Yeah, we don't want this to be a whole whole thing.
Yeah.
But on the upside of that whole cluster thing, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. No.
Like I was just blown away, man. Like just like, it wasn't like we weren't put up in fucking the Hilton. We got to like a nice motel. It had 2 rooms, and one room was Royce, Bryony, Christy, Marnie Bailey, and then in our room was me, Dean, Beef, James Newbury and Lauren, his James's partner.
We should say apartment, wasn't a room. It was a little bit bigger than a room.
Yeah. I can't speak to how Bailey's room looked like. There was probably more people in there. Yeah. Our apartment, kitchen, shower, main lounge, and then one room to the side. It was funny as. Like, we get there, we're sharing a room with James, which I thought was really cool. We walk in, they got a double bed, so him and his partner were sleeping on the double bed. We go off to the room to the side, and Dean...
Just 3 singles.
Dean just cracks up, man. Because this is us. So you're talking a room this size that we're in now,
with three
single
large
beds
lads.
with about this much room between each bed, and that's I'm probably being generous there, man. And it was cozy, man.
And you fuckers took the piss out of me.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
I'm gonna bring up something even worse. You know what it is.
We were turning off all the lights, and I said, oh fuck, by the way, boys, my missus reckons I sleep talk. Oh, I know I do, but I had to make it sound like it might not be true. And then I said, oh well, we'll see who the loudest snorer is, eh? And this motherfucker said that he doesn't snore. Because I asked him if he snore, and Dean's like, oh, sometimes if I'm tired. And B's like, nah, I don't think I snore. 2 fucking minutes later, just... I was like, oh. And this went on for probably about 3 minutes. And I just gave his bed a quick boot. And and then it stopped, and I managed to get to sleep.
Fucking asshole.
And the next morning, I was like, pleasantries. Oh, good morning, good morning. Fuck, beef, you snore. And then Dean's like, fuck yeah, bro. Oh, that was fucking funny, man.
Yeah, nah, you fellas are sad, eh? Well, yeah. I think we're getting our own room next time. That's good. But yeah, nah, what's even worse than that is my stomach singing songs to the lads. So I've had Taco Bell. I've had a couple beers at the airport. We had burger fuel when I got there. And I'm just like, oh yeah. Like, I got a fast digestive system. You ask my missus about it, she hates it. I knew it was going to happen, and I didn't know where I was going to offload, so to speak. But I was like, I'll just go to the bathroom at the motel. And we pull up, and James and Lauren were actually crashed out already, which makes sense. It was like 10:30.
It was late.
And they had to compete in the morning, so made sense. But yeah, I get there, and I'm like, oh yeah, scoping the place out. I need a shower. So I'm like, sweet, I'm going to go for a shower. And then I noticed that the bathroom is right next to Lauren and James. And I'm not sure how deep sleep is they are. I ain't risking it.
No, sir.
That is not how I'm going to end my day. So I held on. But we sort of lights out in the boys' room. And and my stomach is singing. It's just...
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying... I don't know if these guys can hear it. I can hear it.
No, I couldn't, mate.
You couldn't?
No, I could not hear it.
Okay, well, Dean was further than you, so...
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But I'm just like, oh, anxiety's up. I'm like, they can hear it. They 100% can hear it. And I'm like, every time I start to fall asleep, wake up, and I'm like, fuck. These boys are just lying there listening to my stomach. So that was half the reason it took me so long to get to sleep. And then I guess I was exhausted.
Still fell asleep pretty quick, bro.
And yeah, wake up to these fuckers giving me shit.
Oh,
but it was good value, and it was good value all weekend.
Yeah. Oh, I had a blast, man.
Yeah.
First time behind a camera.
we got up and got Macca's for breakfast. That's Dean's incredible diet.
Yeah.
Abroad.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh no, it was Burger King in the afternoon.
Burger King for dinner. We got the we got McDonald's for breakfast. I had a hot chocolate. I didn't eat anything till the Ben Fowler. I didn't even eat that McDonald's.
No, you didn't.
Because we got there, we're pretty excited. Found an area to set up for the interviews, the podcasting, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I didn't eat until that night when we sat down with Ben Fowler, and there was like a little cafe kitchen area, and they just had they had a massive thing of brownies, and I just smashed back 3 of those, and I asked for a full sugar Sprite, and yeah, that was all I had until we were supposed to go to dinner straight after the event. But Royce messaged us and said, "Are you boys down for pickleball?" And I was like, I'm not going to turn down going to pickleball with Royce and Christy and Bryony. And so I said to Beef, we're doing it? He goes, I'm hungry, man. I was like, fuck, me too. But there might be something to eat there. So we risk it. We get there. I didn't eat anything. I saw there was like a small can of Musashi. I grabbed that, smashed it back, and was like, yeah, we on. I think you got a packet of chips. We played for an hour of pickleball.
Hour and a
half of pickleball. And yeah, and then finally after that, we got BK drive-through.
But hang on, go back. Pickleball.
Yeah.
Pickleball with Royce Dunn is another level of competitiveness.
You might think competitive people. And this is not a dig at him, because it made for a fucking real fun night. And I get they're competitive people, but man, he is just like, when he wants to win everything, man.
It's that Jordan level.
Yeah, he just loves winning. And like, every point he's got the score. He says it out loud. Like, this is the score. This is the score. This is the score. Every like close call goes his way every single time. Was that out? If it was close enough to not being out, it's not out. It's not out, and he gets the point. He's like, okay. Which I didn't complain. I was on his team for the first 2 games. And we danced it up.
No, fucking.
I'm pretty competitive myself. Yeah. Yeah. I got pretty into it.
It cracks me up because you like openly said I didn't want that side of me to come out. But once Royce started going off, I just let go, eh?
I got a point off of Christy, and in my head, it was an impressive shot. Like, the ball spun the other way when she went for it, and she sort of fell over. And I lost my shit, man. I was so close to the net in the middle. I just ran and jumped it, and just was like, I was like, what are you doing, you fucking idiot? But, Royce loved it, and
it was good fun. It was good fun. That's quite a fun sport. We sort of we get the vibe now. We get the addictiveness of it.
Yeah, it is good.
It's pretty cool.
Anyway, yeah. So
we hit BK that night because it was just like, just go through a drive-through. Any drive-through you see, just drive through it. And
is this the Coke? Sorry,
huh?
Because you know how you ordered the Coke.
So, well, that's half of it. There's some stories from
us.
Yeah. So we're going through the Burger King drive-through because it's late at night, and we're just like, we just need to go through a drive-through. Any drive-through you see, Dean, just go through it. Don't care what it is.
Fucking hungry.
And I pull out the old Whopper combo, no sugar Coke, because I'm with CrossFit Games athletes.
It's bad enough you're in a drive-through, but you get the Coke, no sugar. Obviously, they're athletes.
It's all about balance, you know. So I'm like, fucking represent. Anyone else want anything? And Royce is like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Oh, can I just get a large Coke? That's all I want. And I'm like, yeah, sweet, no sugar. And he's like, nah, normal, like classic. And I was like, oh.
And they, sorry, you go, man.
Too shameless to go, oh, can you make that a
You should have shamed them out. Like, oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot.
They have owned it. They like just have to get the calories in, so it makes sense.
Very different. Listen to the cluster one with the girls. Christy talks about that.
Yeah.
Where the other two girls give her a lot of shit for it, but she's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I need the calories and I like that food. So
done.
Yeah, done deal.
So so I was like, oh fuck, okay, all good. And then Matt just flicks me his order, and he's like, oh, with the Coke. And I'm like, no sugar? And he's like, no, I'll have sugar.
I played it off like, because I would have done the same thing, but because Roy slipped in there, I was like, watch this, and I knew it would fuck him off. But, nah, normal.
Nah, don't be weird.
Need the calories, bro.
Get the no sugar one.
Bro, just play pickleball. I need the calories, bro.
But he tells me after the fact that he's like, I was like, he's like, I was so wrapped when James got Royce got the sugar Coke, because then it means I can have it. It was like the gatekeeper. Fuck, it was funny.
Yeah.
But also, waiting for our order to come out, and Matt was just being, what's the word? Courteous. To James, like we said, James in the same apartment as us, and we're getting meat, and he's vegan, proudly does fucking phenomenal things as a vegan. Can't run that down at all.
Yes,
but quite courteously, Matt's just asked Dean. He's like, is James all good with us eating in the apartment? And Dean's like, what?
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about? And he's like, like he's not going to get pissed off because he can't stand the smell of meat or anything like that.
Yeah, that was my main thing, because I know he's openly said he doesn't mind other people eat meat. He just doesn't want to. I just didn't want him to be like, fuck, like what? Don't eat it under my nose.
Like, did you need to?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so, and then Roy starts flicking Matt a bit of shit. Like, you can eat it. He'll just hate you.
Yeah, bro. He'll just hate you forever. Yeah. Something like that.
And I'm up the front, and I'm like, well, my name's Beef.
Yeah.
And everyone's just loses it. Dean cracks up laughing. I was like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
He must hate me.
What did he start calling you? Dean? Because I was like, you're fucked from the beginning. And then
Dean's like, I'll start calling you Tofu.
Yeah, no, I said that. He was like, no, I started calling you Leaf or something. Oh, it was funny as, but yeah. Oh, fuck, it was funny, man. Yeah. Nah, that was
But just shit like that all weekend, and it was just funny, and it was just.
I mean,
such
Royce
a good
said at the end in the group chat, he just randomly came out and said, "Hey, thanks for everything, boys. Like, it feels like I've known you guys for years."
Yeah.
And like, we were under no illusion that oh, fucking hell, I gotta stop tittering with this thing. I'm just gonna mute this so you don't get it. Sorry, you're talking.
Okay. Yeah. No. And hope it was genuine. Royce chucked on the group chat and just says, thanks for having us, boys. It feels like I've known you guys for years. And I don't know what that means to him, but to us, it's fucking everything. We're just like, what?
Keep going, bro.
Bro's got a full disassembly here.
Behind the scenes.
Fucking G-clamps giving up. So, like we said, on paper, so much shit was going our way, and Class of Threes was such a good time. We're very honoured and privileged to have been invited and given access the way that we were. And
what did I miss?
Matt's back. All the vibrations just then probably just ran through.
Yeah, right. I muted mine, but yours are probably getting it.
I'm fucked.
So massive shout out. We set and we probably rambled on about Class the Wellington trip for ages, but to us it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Sitting down with Luke Fiso, Linda Fowler, Dean Flew, the boys, the girls, Ben Fowler, being on a camera. Mingling with things.
Matt got on the camera.
Yeah, that was different for me. Taking photos, getting good feedback. Having games athletes share your photos is pretty cool. I was like, I took that shit, man.
Been there.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's what you do, man, and you do it so well. And I never want to let down Beef when it's that sort of things, you know. And I said to him today, we're doing some content for LSKD, and I'm conscious because when he films me, I look amazing. But I'm always conscious that I have to film him, and I don't want to let him down because he's making me look good, and I'm probably like missing half of him in the shot, you know. I'm like, so hopefully I'll get better at it.
Look good.
So yeah, that was Wellington
in a nutshell.
I think we've talked in a nutshell, in a big nutshell.
Big nutshell.
Moving on, that nearly shot us in the foot going forward. That whole us not talking and just bottling things up and just being sooks, really. we weren't being proactive enough on getting the following guests on. So we had content in the bank. We released the cluster stuff, which was cool. And then we were sort of in a mad panic to get guests on. We had Jay coming on, but we understand that if we don't leave enough leeway, things come up and people have to postpone. And that's just the nature of everything. Not everyone can commit to everything all the time, especially busy people. So we nearly didn't have a guest for the following week. Luckily, Brandon Swan, the good guy that he is,
come in with the save.
A day's notice. I was like, yeah, man, I'll jump on. We've been wanting to get him on for ages. Like pre-games, he was coming on. Things got busy.
Swanee was lined up to be our second guest, third episode.
Yeah.
But
Like I said, things happen.
Yeah,
and we get that, especially in this game. This is not a priority to games athletes. Especially at that time. So he jumped on, great chat, great dude, saved our asses. We were able to get an episode out today, which is the day we're recording this one. Yeah, good dude, man. Go listen to that one. Dad Hours, real person. I think we've already talked about it.
Dad Hours is actually a really cool initiative. I didn't actually know. I knew Dad Hours was his company. I didn't know what was behind it, what its purpose was, and in a nutshell, it's for the parents. This is programming for the parents. It's not just an apparel company. Programming for the parents who realistically don't have hours to go to the gym, don't have, all the gear and the space you need to get these workouts in. It doesn't need to be that way, and he's doing a super cool thing. Just pushing a page that I'll push in a business that's just there for the parents, making sure that everybody can live healthy, because that's at the end of the day, that's exactly what CrossFit is there to do. Yeah. Just make sure that we are all moving well, fit and healthy, and can just keep going. Yeah.
He's got mum hours looking to come out.
Mum hours.
Like I said, his youngster, can't remember his name. Sorry, Brandon, if you're watching this. His youngster came in, shot. Really cool kid. And just proved what he was saying, that, Instagram's a highlight reel. This is real life. And, that kid is his world, and that kid needs his full attention a lot of the time, and that's what he's out there to get across to people.
I love what he had to say coming off the back of what happened at the games. Consciously, I was like, oh, fuck. I actually didn't recap it for anyone who has no idea. At the end of the day, Swanee come through. He had
it was a sublex
elbow. Yeah.
So partially dislocated. And I think there was a bunch of tendon issues as well. I think he had a torn tendon.
Yeah. So went into the games already partially injured, and then that was probably just the nail in the coffin. And they got medically discharged from the games, CrossFitorium. A lot of people were hopeful that they would be the first Oceanic team up on the podium, and they had everything there to do it.
Yeah.
But injuries happen, like he said, I'm the reason we were pulled from the games, but it's not my fault. And even you brought it up in the episode that's a very important thing for people to be aware of, is that it's your fault. Well, it's not. I was just about to say
it's your fault.
It's your fault. No. Yeah. It's like, because of your elbow, we can't compete anymore, but you've done everything you could to make sure your body was healthy and ready to go for the games, and it just wasn't enough. And that's just life. Don't get so under the weather about it. Especially at that level, would be so easy to. I can imagine if I was the reason my team had to pull out of the CrossFit Games, I'd be in a dark place. I'd be in a real bad place. But I love that he's got his business, he's got his family, and he's got his career as a firefighter, that he just can't afford to be in that headspace. But at the same time, it's just like, I've got more important things than just standing on top of a box with a medal.
And it's good for him as a high profile person in the space where, as you just said, it's very easy to get bogged down if something like that happens, which was completely out of his control. Injuries happen in every sport. It's good for him to come through and say what he said. I was the reason. It was not my fault. So hopefully other people out there, especially the younger people, can realize that.
Yeah.
Injuries happen. It's part of sport. Every sport's had it since the dawn of sport. Injuries happen. Okay, you did not go out there to purposely injure yourself. It just happened.
Yeah.
It's what you do after that makes you, who you are.
Yep.
Build your character. All that stuff.
Move on.
Yeah. So that was Swanee, which is the most recent episode that you can listen to at the moment as we're recording this. Who knows what's out by the time you hear this one. But we sat down with Jay Crouch today. That was a good chat.
Yeah. The king of Oceania.
Yeah. He had a good intro for that one. Good chat. If you've listened to it already, I imagine it's out before this one. More around his games, his more around his CrossFit life. He's still pretty young. CrossFit's still a massive part for him.
Yeah.
But it's good for him. He is already in the mindset that if he is not having fun, he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I think for someone his age to already have that mindset,
It's dangerous, man.
Yeah, man. It's not that he's going places. He's already at those places. He is just gonna be there for a while, and dude's a weapon, man.
Handy. And I even said afterwards to you, I was like, fuck, I'm actually gutted we didn't touch more on Rogue.
Yeah, you did.
Like you said, that's a huge comp. I'd say it's up there with the games. Like, you need to prepare. And I was a little gutted we didn't touch on that too much. But at the end of the day, internet was a bit of an issue.
Yeah. We're at the new spot now, and we plug in the laptop via an Ethernet cable. So we don't use the Wi-Fi just because I'm a little bit outside of town now. We don't have fiber. So it seems to be running well. And it happened with Swanee as well. There's just one spot.
Yeah.
And it just, it had a bit of a hiccup. So,
well, an hour-long episode with Swanee, and it cut out once. And
45 minutes with
Jay, and it cut out twice. I mean, just something to be consciously aware of. We will try and endeavour to make sure that doesn't happen, but
by we, Beef will be doing that.
But it's a Zoom call over internet, so if the quality, it is what it is. But
good dude, and he's coming over next year to New Zealand, so stand by. He's agreed on it verbally, so he'll be at CrossFit Assidius for 24.1. Come on, Jay.
Matt's pushing to make this happen. That's current day. Before we wrap up, I did want to just say, I'm really bad at not being in the moment on some of these podcasts. I've noticed. I brought it up with you.
Yeah.
It's like, I find it quite funny whether people care or not. I don't know, but I feel like we need to deliver a good product, so I'm trying to stay on the ball at all times. Sometimes that leads me to thinking of the next question, or reading the show notes, and it's quite funny actually. I can go and listen back to the episodes, and it's like I haven't heard it before. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
and it happened twice with me, and the second time's more why I wanted to bring it up. The first time was with Royce actually, and I had this awesome question lined up in my head, and it was just basically, you're a super competitive person. You're a what did I say? I said something cool.
Go listen to it.
But I was basically like, where does your drive come from? Where does that work ethic come from?
Yeah.
And he had an awesome answer, but in full transparency, I had no idea what he was saying at the time. We were talking about a kid playing for the Broncos. I was like, what?
I remember you
I was
saying
like, I don't actually know how this relates to what I just asked, but when you go back and listen to it, it's a super insightful way to think about it. And basically in a nutshell, be passionate.
Is that your new thing in a nutshell?
I don't know. It's come out a few times.
Yeah.
But basically, be passionate and love what you do.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
Yeah. But the second time was most recently. It was actually over the weekend. I was listening to the Cluster 3's episode with the lads, and it was actually a golden nugget from Bailey Martin, And his advice for youngsters was advice that I actually kind of needed right now, just in day-to-day life. And that's what I love about the sport, is that a lot of the disciplines, so it might be like Muay Thai or something, a lot of the disciplines can be transferred into day-to-day life. And what Bailey said for youngsters trying to get into the sport was that don't try and do everything at once. With his, when he had a nutritionist on board, he got a nutritionist on, and then he started, focusing on eating right. And once that became manageable to a point that it was a habit, okay, now I need to better my recovery. So now I'm going to get an ice bath and just do ice baths. And then, okay, that's cool. Now I've got a good ice bath routine. Now I'm going to, look at doing saunas and stuff like that. And it was just piece by piece get better. And I think a lot of the reason I was feeling the way I was feeling last week was because I was trying to do everything. I was trying to get in better shape. I was trying to make more money. I was trying to grow my business while simultaneously growing the business of my clients. I was trying to work on my relationship. I was trying to do 75 hard, which I failed 3 times in the last month. I was trying to do too much. And I guess listening to Bailey say it on Spotify in my car, it's sunk in a lot more that you just can't. Well, maybe there's someone out there who can. If you can, good for you. But I can't. So, yeah, I guess part of feeling better now was realizing that I'm trying to do too much, and maybe I should just chill out, because I don't need to be perfect by Christmas, which is what I was trying to be. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I think you've hit the nail on the head with that one, man. I think we all fall guilty of doing that too much of a lot of things, and if you do one thing right, it's better than doing a lot of things averagely.
Yep.
So clip
that.
This one's dragged on a bit, and we at the beginning might have said we don't want it to, but I think these chats are important. These chats are important that they do go longer, because we said from episode 1, if no one ends up listening to this, it's an excuse for me and Beef to catch up. And if this is what we need to do to debrief what we do, fuck it, I'll do it for 2 hours. That's what it takes. If you're still listening by now, shot J-Boy. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, we do still just massively appreciate everyone who listens to this shit, man.
Yep.
It's nothing without listeners, but I would still do it regardless.
Because it makes us feel better.
Exactly, man. We do go away from these feeling a lot better. And I love a whiskey. So.
Yep, so do I. But I also like my license.
Yeah. So, we love an apple juice.
We love an apple juice.
So who knows when the next one of these coming out? We thought we'd do this one a bit sooner than we did. But we just don't know when these ones are coming out.
Sick. Just spill it on myself.
Sweet. Do you want me to pull over, bro?
Can you get that?
Yeah. But if you like these episodes, fucking let us know, because I'm conscious they go on too long. I want everyone to listen to everything we do.
Yeah.
But we don't know when these are going to come out. And I think the next one I really want to do like a Q&A, because rather I don't know if people want to know things about us as well.
Yep. Pry into our lives a little bit. We're open books.
But I think we'll leave it there, eh?
Yeah. No, it was a good chat. Good catching up with you, bro.
Yeah.
And I still believe we're doing good things for the community, and we're still having fun doing it. So
yeah,
let's keep doing it.
Hard up. Also, we didn't say before, thanks to there's a couple of things. This is going back now, but to LSKD and to Down Under Champs for those giveaways we were allowed to do. We do want to do a lot more giveaways for you guys, to keep you guys interested and just to give back. But it was pretty cool. Shout out to the guys that sent in their videos of the burpees for that giveaway as well, because
man,
that was a bit of a stretch for us to do. We weren't sure if anyone was going to send in videos. We had a backup plan, but we shot for that, and man, we got a lot of people sending in videos, so that was cool
and impressive.
Bruh,
I ain't doing anything near what you guys were doing in 2 minutes. Fuck that, bro.
Do you know what sucks about that is that the winner was the first video sent in. And so we were all getting all these other videos and we just knew they hadn't beaten. And so we had to reply to them, oh, fingers crossed, who knows? We had already known that they were.
Yeah, the first video that came in was 57.
Yeah.
And everyone else
was in the
close.
40s. It was everyone else was in the 40s. I think 49 was second to that or something like that. But you just,
no, we got a couple in the 50s.
Oh, did we? Yeah. But the man Sean, wasn't it?
Sean,
yeah,
unreal.
Took that out. So enjoy Down Under, bro. And then the LSKD giveaways ended up going to a gym member, but
not rigged.
Was not rigged, I promise. I was quietly gutted because we'd done it live, and I was like, we can't really fake this one. So yeah, there's a couple of shout outs that I missed before, but it's important that we thank the people that support us. So,
but we're not going to do a big thank you section on last time. So
thanks, Mum.
We'll wrap it up there, eh? And that's Whiskey and Wods, Volume 2. Thanks for listening.
Peace. Oh, we use a different one for this, eh?
I'm gonna leave that in.